Now, a short while ago, Afghan President Ashraf Ghani met with US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Let's listen into some of the key developments that are coming in as of now.
It's a great pleasure to be here. First of all, the decision of President Biden has been a strategic decision. We respect that decision. It's dealing with the new chapter of our friendship, our strategic relationship, in our people-to-people relationship and government-to-government relationship that we are focused. Our discussions have been productive, and we look very much forward to the culminating decision in meeting with the President today.
As you know, we've had a relationship between our two countries, an intense relationship for the past 20 years. As we enter a new phase of that relationship, we look forward to hearing from you how we can do so with humanitarian assistance. As you know, in our country, there is great interest in the future of women and girls in Afghanistan. I think that progress was made. I saw it myself in my 9 visits to Afghanistan, the advancement of women and girls in your country. Thank you for your leadership, yours and Mrs. Ghani's leadership in that regard. We look forward to having a conversation about how we strengthen our relationship through humanitarian assistance. Our friendship is one that is deep and personal, and one that we value.
For more on the story, joining us live for more on this is an expert on affairs in Afghanistan, Lynn O'Donnell. Thank you so much for joining us, Lynn. Now, my first question to you, without the American boots on the ground in future, can the Afghan forces stop the Taliban? And will the insurgents, emboldened by their battlefield gains, have any kind of interest in further negotiations? Also, in your answer, can you shed some light on the outcome of the meeting between US President Joe Biden and his Afghan counterpart, Ashraf Ghani?
The Afghan security forces have been doing pretty much all of the fighting on their own since 2014, when the US and NATO combat missions ended. So they've had the support in the background with training and, for instance, the development of the Afghan Air Force, the maintenance of the airframes for air cover of ground troops. Now, that's been incredibly important. And when the troops go, so will go the private contractors who've been involved in supporting and maintaining and training the Afghan Air Force. So the lack of that extra capacity is already being seen on the battlefield. Can the Afghan government survive? Well, it's an incredibly corrupt and inept and centralised political system here. It's not really very suitable, in my view, to the Afghan situation. Maybe if they'd brought in a parliamentary system in 2001 too, so that everybody in this country felt represented at the central government level, it might have been better. So there's a feeling of fractiousness, a feeling of abandonment, and a real, very palpable fear that without the presence of foreign troops, that the Taliban will be on the march. As you know, there's been a lot of hard and hot fighting over the last few weeks, especially since May the 1st. 60 districts have fallen, according to the Institute of War and Peace Studies here in Kabul. Some of them are going back and forth, but the logistics that ground troops need to support them in the fight are very much under pressure from the Taliban. The Taliban strategy is to encircle cities, to squeeze supply lines, and at the moment it seems to be working. Whether it'll work going forward is a big question. Now, President Ghani is going to be meeting with President Biden in DC Friday afternoon, and the expected message there is going to be, get on with the peace talks with the Taliban. You're going to be on your own. We're not going to be there to support you from around about early to mid-July. So if you don't get on with the peace talks and start settling this yourself, you're going to be on your own and you're going to be in a lot of trouble.